Kathy Wieters. I think that was a pretty good meal, and I'm a pretty good judge of food. Turns out Coach Hattenbuck, I think he's going to be here maybe with us tomorrow, but turns out he coached in junior high at Emporia before he came to Chapman. And so they had a reunion about a year ago, and they asked him to come back and attend their reunion. And we found out about it and asked him to come by early. And so he stopped by one afternoon, and we had a pretty enjoyable afternoon. And we looked at some football film and one thing another, and kind of got him to talking. And he mentioned that we said something about he goes to most of the reunions, and I don't remember what class it was, but one class he commented on that they didn't have a very good reunion, and he made the comment he didn't know what was wrong with the president of that class. He said he was some kind of a pissant or something. So I've been called a lot of things, but I really don't want to be called a pissant by Coach Hatton. So I got together and visited, I think a little bit with Carol Lindahl, and we had such a good time, I thought, and a pretty good reunion 10 years ago. And so we kind of visited about that. So I thought, well, that worked pretty good. So I called Janet Christensen up and asked her if she would kind of ramrod the planning of this thing, because she did 10 years ago. And the thing about Janet, she kind of gets everybody involved, and she's kind of like Dwight Eisenhower. She kind of builds a consensus and you don't even know it's happening. I really want to thank Janet for all she did. It was kind of split up, and we had several meetings, but this Friday night food, the guys took care of that, which I think made the women pretty nervous, but it actually turned out pretty good. Larry Stillwagon and Larry Murphy and Bob Vandekreek and Phil Yonke and Bob Anders were in charge of getting this organized for tonight, and I think they did a wonderful job. Larry was adamant about having this reunion in Chapman, and I, for one, am thankful he did. This is where we belong, and this is a good place. Bob Vandekreek was kind of in charge of the koozies, and I think they turned out great. Thank him for that. The mailings were a big deal, and Janet kind of got in charge of that too, and her and Sharon Miller Chase, Patsy Sheridan Chamberlain, Sue Strauss, was it Feeney? Shirley Wetzel Languano, Sharon Snyder Miller, and Cleo Von Hoover Taylor, and I don't know who else was involved. But Janet said they had a good time doing the mailing. I didn't know mailings could be that much fun unless there was some wine involved. The name tags, Judy Lowry 80 did those, and I've never been so glad to see anybody in my life as when she got here tonight. I was struggling. And these green books, which gives you an update, Patty Leedy Andrews did those, and you know, I think those are great. It's good to Carol Lindahl, do you want to, Janet, do you want to talk about her?
That's a real secret.
Oh, not anyway.
I hope nobody saw that. Carol, could you come up here, please? When this whole reunion thing started, Carol worked tirelessly. I can't say that word. She worked very hard at getting all of the addresses and the names and the emails and the phone numbers together. And without this lady, this would not have happened because we had a starting point to go from. So you got a Carol begging you call or an email. It was all good, and she provided us with where to start on this, and we want to thank you. And we have a little something for you that I tried to sneak up here, but I couldn't do it. So anyway, thank you.
Thank you. You don't have room for that.
We're going to, yeah, here you go. Way to go, Carol. Take charge.
Take charge. I know, I'm in the background. I can sit and do a lot of things on the computer anymore and not come to the meetings. But I'm so glad to see somebody care. It's fun to talk to you. Talk to you better on the phone. As you've seen the balloons here and the pictures in the books of our lost classmates, in the back is a notebook, in case you missed it, with all of their obituaries, in case you're interested. And it was, I'm going to leave the book with Janet, and then I can email her updates as we need to, which we hope aren't soon. But it'll be our forever book.
Yeah, don't miss that. I looked at it a little bit ago. It's very touching and very nice, and took a lot of work to put together. And Bob Vandekrieg's going to tell you about these balloons.
Or not.
Okay, we've got. Hopefully, we have everyone who's no longer with us on the name on the balloons. And if you've got a balloon at your table, we'd like you to untie it from the bottle and step out here, and whoever wants to go can, and we're just going to turn them loose outside. Let's do that now.